Good evening. My name is Matthew Jones, and I'll be covering the short recoil action of most modern handguns. Now, this is a very common action used in a lot of modern firearms and has been around since the early 1900s and can even trace its roots farther back into the 1890s. Now, a brief history of it. The first recoil operated handguns were toggle operated, seen in the bore chart C93, introduced in 1893. You can see that in figure 1. Another evolution of it was a straight blowback operated handgun, which is seen in the Walther PPK, which was introduced in 1929, and the Soviet Makarov PM, introduced in 1948. Those are both figure 2 for the PPK and figure 3 for the Makarov. And then in 1911, John Moses Browning introduced the M1911, and it is one of the first and most recognizable recoil operated pistols in the world. And it was used in military service clear up in the 1980s by the United States Army and the United States Marine Corps, and is even still used today by some military units and is a widely popular carry pistol. So, the function of this is when the bullet is fired, the barrel will reciprocate slightly along with the slide in the case of a handgun. This also allows the action to unlock, letting the barrel tip upward slightly and the spent case ejected. As the slide starts to move forward again, pushed by the recoil spring, it picks up a cartridge out of the magazine and pushes it into the chamber. During this process, the slide will reach a certain point and the barrel will tip back down and lock the slide into place once it is fully forward. This is very exemplified by this GIF that I've posted here. Should make it a little bit easier to visualize. So some advantages to a short recoil action is a little bit smoother recoil impulse because you don't have the entire weight of the slide moving rearward when you fire it. Some of that recoil is absorbed by the recoil spring and the action itself. They're less likely to jam because with the barrel tipping upward slightly, it tips the feed ramp slightly down and allows the bullet to more easily enter the chamber. And because of this, it also allows for hollow point ammunition to be fed more reliably. Some disadvantages compared to a straight blowback pistol, it's a little bit less accurate. They're a little bit more complex, and they're quite a bit more susceptible to dirt and debris as shown in this picture here. Now, a straight blowback is very easy to work with, very easy to manufacture. So in this case, the barrel is fixed and it does not move when you fire it. And the only thing moving is the slide, or in the case of this GIF, the bolt. This is used mainly in, like I said, the Makarov PM and the Walther PPK. And because the barrel is not moving and because it is fixed to the frame, it is a little bit more accurate and it just tends to be easier and cheaper to produce. So some other uses of short recoil action, some shotguns, especially early model automatics such as the Browning Auto 5, used it, and many machine guns still used to this day, including the Browning M2, are still using short recoil action. So in a larger long gun, this allows for the barrel to reciprocate with the bolt, and the action of the barrel reciprocating pushes the bolt back farther into the receiver, allowing the action to cycle. So this concludes the presentation, and I hope you have a good day.